The Mary Jo Whites of the world going to the SEC, the Eric Holders of the world, the Attorney General, et cetera, say we can't go after the banks. They're too big to jail. What would it do to the economy and to their poor shareholders? Okay, well, how about us? Well, no. The average citizen, we will actually use the banks to go after you. We will monitor all of your financial dealings, and don't worry, this is all in the name of fighting terrorism. Now, why do you have to look into all of our bank accounts to fight terrorism? I mean, you got a suspicion on someone, you can get a warrant, it'll be the easiest thing in the world, and then you go investigate their bank account all you want because we want to stop terrorism. Of course! Even the biggest civil libertarian in the country says, if you got even an inkling of information against somebody and you got a warrant on them, can you investigate their bank account? Of course you can, right? But that's not what they're doing. They're investigating all of us. Here's a news story broken by Reuters today. Quote, the Obama administration is drawing up plans to give all U.S. spy agencies full access to a massive database that contains financial data on American citizens and others who bank in the country, according to a Treasury Department document seen by Reuters. A massive database of all of our information, financial information. Now, they're not going to use this against us, right? I mean, look, there's the reporting requirements anyway, right, that the banks already had, right? I mean, if you're, for example, if you're asking for cash above $10,000, that's a red flag and they have to report that to the government. Now, if you remember the case of Eliot Spitzer, who was the sheriff of Wall Street and actually regulated the banks and cracked down on them, guess what? His bank just happened to find financial reports that they had to do that were not $10,000. They were much less. But golly gee, they decided that that was a suspicious activity report anyway, and then that eventually led to his downfall, and then there was nobody to overlook the banks. How did that happen? They did it to him. You think they're not going to do it to you? Well, it depends. If you cross the government in any way, I guarantee you that they do. You cross the banks in any way, I guarantee you that they do. Okay, now if you're a good boy and you just bow your head and you accept everything that the powerful tell you to do, well, then I guess you might not have a problem. Well, look, let's find out more about this. Now, quote, according to Reuters, the Federal Bureau of Investigation already has full access to the database. However, intelligence agencies, such as the Central Intelligence Agency and the National Security Agency, currently have to make case-by-case requests for information from FinCEN. Well, no more. Now, it doesn't have to be case-by-case. Have at it, Hoss. That's the database of everybody's finances. Pick it apart all you like. You don't like somebody? Yeah, who cares? Just look into their bank account, find out what they're paying for, see if you can fish out anything suspicious to go get them for. When they went after Eliot Spitzer, did they think that he was visiting prostitutes? No. They just went on a fishing expedition. Did they have any reasonable suspicion? No. Who cares? But if you look into anybody's bank account and you analyze everything that they spend money on, can you find dirt on almost anybody? Well, oh, no, you shouldn't have spent that money that way. You shouldn't have spent it this way. Oh, that was too much gambling. That was too much this. Once they're in your bank account, they can find anything they want on you. Another quote. The Treasury document outlines a proposal to link the FinCEN database with a computer network used by U.S. defense and law enforcement agencies to share classified information called the Joint Worldwide Intelligence Communication System. This is not some paranoid conspiracy. This is not the Rothschilds or the Rockefellers or Bilderberg. This is real. It's reported by Reuters. And we just bow our heads and we go along. Oh, well, the government can look at all of our bank accounts. Privacy no longer exists. Okay, great. All right, let's go get the terrorists. Was Eliot Spitzer a terrorist? No. Look, the two things they always use is money and sex, right? They try to find a sexual angle. Oh, Julian Assange once didn't use a condom. Got him. Terrorist, right? And he once got information. We got a grand jury in Virginia ready to indict him, but okay, anyway. Oh, Eliot Spitzer going after the banks. Oh, look at that. I found his bank account and he spent a couple of $1,000s. Oh, look at that. It was for prostitutes. Got him. We take him down. You think that they're not going to use it against their opponents? They already have. How much of this are we going to allow? You know what happens when private corporations run the government? There's a word for it, okay? It's called fascism. it doesn't mean that we're at the end of fascism, as happened in the 1930s, etc., in Europe. But is it the beginning? You know that they have a headquarters. Again, this is not conspiracy stuff during Occupy Wall Street. The New York police admitted, etc. It's public information. That they have cameras all throughout New York, as they do in all the major cities. Again, nobody's surprised by this. But what I didn't know until Occupy Wall Street is that in southern Manhattan, they have a headquarters that is run by the cops. That's understandable. They're looking at the cameras. They want to see crime, etc., right? But that headquarters is shared with the big banks. So the cops are intermingled with JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, etc. They work together in spying on the average citizens, including the Occupy movement that was protesting JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and other big banks. Well, here we have private corporations basically merging with the state and saying, well, I don't like those guys. I don't like the Occupy guys. Go tase them, go pepper spray them, go kick them out of that park, which is exactly what Bloomberg did. And, oh, I don't like Spitzer. He's actually regulating against me. Go fish up his bank account, find some dirt on him, and make sure he's no longer the governor of New York. Congratulations, we're in 1984. We were a boiling frog, and you didn't leap out of the water, and you just sat there, and guess what? We're now boiling.